Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Teen Wolf 2011 TV series. Teen Wolf is an American television series developed by Jeff Davis for MTV. It is loosely based on the 1985 film of the same name, and stars Tyler Posey as a teenager named Scott McCall, who is bitten by a werewolf and must cope with how it affects his life and the lives of those closest to him, and Dylan O'Brien as Stiles Stilinski, Scott's best friend. The series has received generally positive reviews from critics, and is a fan favorite on social media. Teen Wolf premiered on June 5, 2011, following the 2011 MTV Movie Awards. On July 9, 2015, Teen Wolf was renewed for a sixth season of 20 episodes, which premiered on November 15, 2016. On July 21, 2016, the cast announced at Comic-Con that the sixth season would be the series' final. Plot. The series revolves around social outcast Scott McCall, a high school student living in the town of Beacon Hills. Scott's life drastically changes when he is bitten by a werewolf the night before sophomore year, becoming one himself. He must henceforth learn to balance his problematic new identity with his day-to-day teenage life. In Season 1, Scott and his human best friend, Stiles Stilinski, begin to encounter other characters with a connection to the supernatural goings-on in Beacon Hills. Scott's initial love interest is Allison Argent, a classmate of his who comes from a family of werewolf hunters. Her best friend is popular girl and genius Lydia Martin, who later discovers she is a banshee. Scott and Stiles routinely clash with Lydia's aggressive boyfriend, local jock Jackson Whittemore, as well as Derek Hale, a mysterious werewolf with a dark past. As the show progresses, Scott is joined by new friends in Malia Tate, a work IoT, Kira Yukimura, a Japanese fox spirit, and Scott's second love interest, and Liam Dunbar, a young werewolf with anger issues. Episode. Teen Wolf premiered on June 5, 2011, following the 2011 MTV Movie Awards. The second season premiered on June 3, 2012, after the 2012 MTV Movie Awards. On July 12, 2012, Teen Wolf was renewed for a third season, which includes 24 episodes, and the production location was moved to Los Angeles, California. The third season premiered on June 3, 2013, at 10 p.m., giving the series a new high on ratings. A fourth season premiered on June 23, 2014. On July 24, 2014, MTV renewed Teen Wolf for a fifth season of 20 episodes, which will be split into two parts, and premiere June 29, 2015. On July 9, 2015, Teen Wolf was renewed for a sixth season of 20 episodes. Showrunner Jeff Davis confirmed that Tyler Posey, Dylan O'Brien, Holland Roden, Shelley Hennig, and Dylan Spraybury would be reprising their roles as Scott McCall, Stiles Stilinski, Lydia Martin, Malia Tate and Liam Dunbar respectively. Development and production. In June 2009, MTV announced that they would be adapting the 1985 film Teen Wolf into a new television series, with a greater emphasis on romance, horror and werewolf mythology. MTV's Teen Wolf series was a reimagining of the earlier Michael J. Fox comedy film, which was itself a reimagining of the classic 1957 AIP film, I Was a Teenage Werewolf. The film had been previously adapted for television, as an animated series aired on CBS in 1986-87. For the MTV series, creator and executive producer, Jeff Davis, he aimed to develop a darker, sexier and edgier version than the 1985 film. Davis's desire was to make a thriller with comedic overtones, but in a tone more similar to that of the 1987 vampire film The Lost Boys. According to Davis, It all started with an idea to do a homage to Stand By Me, where in the beginning, the kids go out and search for a body in the woods and it's not quite what they expect. The look of the show was inspired in part by Guillermo del Toro's Creatures in Pan's Labyrinth. The producers described the werewolves as beautiful, elegant and scary, at the same time. Once the show was a go, Davis lined up Australian director Russell Mulcahy, who added the horror to the project. Mulcahy directed the pilot presentation and serves as executive producer and in-house director. Casting announcements were all announced in December 2010, with the main cast being Tyler Posey, Crystal Reed, Tyler Hoechlin, Dylan O'Brien, Holland Roden, and Colton Haynes. Posey was cast as the lead Scott McCall, a dorky high school student who, after being bitten by a werewolf, starts to notice changes in himself. Reed playing Ellison Argent, a sweet new girl at school, who is immediately attracted to Scott. Hoechlin playing Derek Hale, a handsome local boy who in fact is a vicious and predatory werewolf, and O'Brien playing Styles, Scott's best friend. Roden playing Lydia Martin, Jackson Whittemore's popular and controlling girlfriend, and Haynes playing Jackson Whittemore, Scott's lacrosse teammate and rival. Production on 12 episodes began in October 2010 in Atlanta, Georgia. MTV released a sneak peek of the first 8 minutes of the pilot on their website, on May 31, 2011. Teen Wolf episodes are composed by music composer Dino Menican. As of Season 2, the opening credits of the show changed dramatically to a longer format featuring the main characters appearing whilst performing an action, along with the respective names of the actors. The new opening credits also feature the show's new theme song. In June 2012, the series received conditional approval for a California Film and TV tax credit. At Comic-Con 2012, the cast confirmed that the show had been renewed for a longer third season, comprising 24 episodes. In June 2013, the series was selected again for a California tax credit. Roughly halfway through each episode, the series has a segment with the song Row, Row, Row Your Boat, utilizing an alternative and much darker rendition of the song. This song sequence concludes, and is explained in Season 3, when Styles is shown to be locked in a semi-conscious dream state along with Scott. Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.